So as you guys can see in the title of the video, today we're talking about the top 10 Beatles songs. The Beatles need no introduction, as pretty much everybody in the world has heard of the Beatles. I mean, they're considered to be the greatest band of all, and they took the world by storm, to be honest. No one had ever heard music like that before, and they revolutionized a lot of things. From their boy band sound from Beatles for Sale or Please Please Me, to their psychedelic and LSD driven Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band, and then back to just classic rock with Abbey Road. I mean, this band has so many different tone changes, and they have two of what are considered to be the best songwriters of all time in John Lennon and Paul McCartney. And then you add Ringo Starr on drums, George Harrison on guitar. I mean, then the fifth Beatle, George Martin. I mean, this band is so legendary that you can't go through music history without talking about them in some sort of way. And I'm going to do an impossible task today, and that is rank their top 10 greatest songs. To be honest with you, this list was super fucking hard because the Beatles have so many bangers and so many songs, and they have such a deep discography that it took me a while to come to these conclusions. And when I was thinking, this song could have made it, this song could have made it, this song could have made it. So for me, I had to base this off one thing, and that was replayability for me. How many times do I come back to these songs? And these are the 10 songs that I come back to the most. And that starts off with Let It Be. Now, Let It Be is pretty iconic in its own. It's a really beautiful just piano ballad. And Paul McCartney's singing is fantastic. I mean, Paul McCartney kind of carries this song, to be honest with you. And you'll see later on that Paul McCartney is my favorite Beatles member. And I mean, that guitar solo is so good. I mean, it's so simple and so fun to play, and then adds such a nice touch to the song in the middle of the song. It's catchy, and I love that solo a lot, and this, for me, is their 10th best song out there. Now, I'm actually kind of contradicting myself when I said that, because this next song could be switched, and that is The Long and Winding Road. This is another just Paul McCartney song and a piano, and I think it's so beautiful. I like how slow it is, and I like the themes and the message. It feels like you're actually on a journey of a long and winding road on this song because of how slow and it takes its time with it, and I love that a lot. And again, Paul McCartney's vocals just kills it on this song. And George Martin's production is fantastic. I mean, he's considered to be the fifth Beatles member for a reason, because his production just adds an element to the Beatles that wasn't there at the time, and without George Martin, they wouldn't have been as popular as they would have been. Yeah, I mean, this song is just great. It's so beautiful. It's so catchy. It just lingers in your head over and over again, and this is their 9th best song. Then that gets to Nowhere Man. So this is what I think to be my first kind of hot take, because Nowhere Man isn't super popular. It's a little bit goofy, but I love the harmonization of it, and they're so in sync, and the verses are so catchy. I love when they start singing Nowhere Man, please listen, you don't know what you're missing. Like, that's just like, that's actually some bars right there. I'm not gonna lie to you, dude. Holy shit. Beatles low-key did some bars back in the day, bro. They were low-key the first hip-hoppers. But yeah, Nowhere Man is catchy as fuck. I mean, it's grown off me a little bit, but I mean, you can't miss the harmonizations that they have together and that Paul McCartney and John Lennon make. It's just so beautiful, but so simple at the same time. It's fantastic. Then that gets to the 7th best song, Octopus's Garden. I mean, I get it. Octopus's Garden is a goofy-ass song, and it's sung by Ringo, who doesn't have the greatest vocals. I love the guitars to it. And then the backing vocals are just such a nice touch, just a little, and the guitars drive this song a lot. It's just so simple and so catchy and goofy and funny in a way that, like, I love it so much. The song does slap unironically. And again, the best part about this song is the guitars. I haven't learned the guitar riffs to this, so I can't play them right now, but I want to. To me, this song is underrated, and I do love it a lot, actually. That gets to our 6th song, Something. I mean, there's not much to be said about this song that hasn't already been said. I mean, the bass line is fucking sick and wicked, and it's a little bit complex, but also simple enough to where it doesn't overtake anything. The guitars on the song are so beautiful. I mean, the message of the song is fantastic. The guitar solo is so iconic, and man, this song is, again, one of their most iconic songs, and very well deserved to be on this list. There has been a claim saying this is the greatest love song of all time. And I love the boom, 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 boom. Da-na-na-na. Going into the guitar solo, it's so good. And again, I don't even know, that bass is so fucking wicked. I love it so much. It's so catchy. It's like its own little harmony or own little melody line. I mean, Paul McCartney on bass is just, he's something else. And he revolutionized bass playing, and that dude is insane. Then that gets to our top 5. And in the 5th spot is Don't Let Me Down. Don't let me down. I mean, this song really grew on me once I watched them play it on the rooftop. And I'm sure lots of you guys know the rooftop by the Beatles. They just went onto their rooftop at their studio and they just started playing live, right? And there are people, you can see the video, people on the other building across from them just recording and watching a free Beatles concert, and people on the street. And it actually created such a disturbance that the police had to come. This song is so good and it's so catchy, and I love John Lennon's vocals in this song. And I love at one moment you can hear the rawness and he kind of cracks a little bit, and I love that a lot. Or he kind of like comes back here, but then he comes back too close to the mic and you can hear the distinctiveness of it actually being live. And the keys in the background, they're so good. It's such a vibe song. I mean, this song just slaps from the first banana, no. And it's got a cool rhythm to it, and I love their harmonizing when they're singing "Don't Let Me Down" from the first time. I mean, man, it's such a good song. And that gets to our 4th best Beatles song, and that is "Yesterday." To me, this is the best cover song of all time. And by that, I mean this song is so easy and so good to cover. Hallelujah gets a lot of covers as well, but for me, this one is the best that you can cover out there. Like, it's just Paul McCartney and his guitar and violins in the background, and it sounds so beautiful, so pretty. And watching him play it live on the Ed Sullivan Show is just such a cool video to watch and a cool moment in history of music. I mean, the guitar is so simple, but it's so beautiful at the same time. Again, this is one of the most iconic songs of all time, and there's not much more to be said that hasn't already been said besides the fact that it's just plain awesome. And then that gets to our 3rd best song, Michelle. I don't know anymore besides that part, but that part is so good. I mean, this song is so beautiful. I love the French speaking in it. I love the guitars. I love Paul McCartney's vocals. I love that weird little guitar riff and how just it half steps down for the whole thing pretty much. And then I love that little simple guitar solo. I forgot how it goes. I used to know how to play it, and it complements the song so well, and everything in the song complements each other so well. It might be a hot take taking Michelle at the number 3rd best Beatles song of all time. But to me, this is like the Beatles doing such great work. And just like a lot of artists' top song, their top song needs everybody to be at their very best. And the reason why Michelle isn't is because it's just Paul McCartney. Again, this song is super catchy, and this one I seem to be coming back to so many times. So I'm at a huge dilemma here because I don't know what to put at 1 or 2, and I'm thinking about I don't know. These next 2 songs see the Beatles at their very best. One of these songs is super gonna be super cliche to put as number 1, and the other one might be a bit of a hot take. I just can't decide. So I'm going to put them both at number one. And I want you guys to tell me what you think is the best Beatles song between these two. So let's start with the first song, and that is I Want You, She's So Heavy. I mean, that intro is such a killer. And I love the thickness and the distortion of it. And then when the vocals come in and the guitar's playing with it. Like, that's so badass. And again, it's a 6/8 song. And I love 6/8. And I love this song. And I love how long it is. And I love how they build and build and build. And this song is so fire. And this might be a hot take taking it at number one. But I think it puts up a fight and puts up a good case as the best Beatles song out there. I mean, that outro is so sick and so crunchy. And holy fuck, like that's insane. The Beatles came out swinging on this one, and that says a lot because the Beatles always come out swinging. So yeah, I don't know if this is the best one or the second best, but it's definitely second. And that leads to what might be so predictable, A Day in the Life. So A Day in the Life is what a lot of people say is their best song, and I mean, you can see why. I mean, it's just like Radiohead's Paranoid Android. The whole band's at their best, and it goes from this really I read the news today, oh boy. So then woke up, got out of bed, tells a nice story to it, and then it switches. And switching from John Lennon's vocals to Paul McCartney back to John Lennon is so nice. And again, everyone in this song is doing their best. And right now, talking about it, I think it might be their best song. But then I go back to I Want You, She's So Heavy. And that's what I'm saying about the Beatles have so many good songs. It's literally impossible to rank their best song. Because you can make a case for songs not even on this list, like Hey Jude, or even Penny Lane, even though I hate that song, or Strawberry Fields Forever, even though I hate that song. But, I mean, the Beatles, these two songs, the Beatles crushed it and killed it, and I don't have anything else to say besides those songs are fucking great. And everyone knows how good A Day in the Life is. I mean, no one hasn't heard that song. Yeah, let me know what you guys think because I could ramble on about the Beatles forever. I will be doing an ultimate ranking of them later on. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about my list. I have some kind of unorthodox songs on there. But then also let me know your guys' list. I've been really, really loving all of the engagement on a lot of my videos. And it feels like we're creating a nice community. And I love you guys a lot and I appreciate you guys so much. I will see you guys next time on Monday. See ya and take care.